Hey, what's up? It's your boy Ill Smith, and you listen to Rude Humor, a show where you can think it's highly inappropriate and wrong, or a show you enjoy because of the humor. Today's show is brought to you by Columbus Car Spotters. If you're interested in nice cars, go ahead and visit the Facebook page Columbus Car Spotters, where you can see and upload pictures of nice cars from around Columbus, Ohio, and be up to date with upcoming car events. Again, that's the Facebook page Columbus Car Spotters. Go ahead and check it out. But today we have a very special guest, Fiona.
Whoop whoop.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Today's topic is interracial relationships in America. Do you agree with, you should date in your race, or are you okay with dating out of your race? So, how do you feel about that, Fiona?
Obviously, I'm alright with dating out of my race. But I think it's more accepted among, I would say, 40 and younger. I think anything over that, there's still kind of, once you get into a rhythm of this is how you think, this is how you feel, and especially back then growing up, that wasn't okay. That was really frowned upon. It was very rare. And if it did happen, it was kind of, hush hush. It was like, let's fix the problem. I think now it's more accepted. I know that when we go out, even though, we're just friends, we still get dirty looks from other people, and after a while, sometimes you don't always see it, but I see it, and I just laugh to myself because I'm like, why are you judging? You don't know, you can't judge someone's relationship based off of what you see. You really have to be a part of it. You have to be in it, and if someone makes you happy, who cares? Like, who cares who you're dating? As long as you're happy and there's no abuse. I mean, I'll be honest, I've been 2 relationships in high school. They were both white, and they were physically and emotionally abusive, and I was like, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this. Like, most people think, oh, white people should be with white people, and I'm like, no, mix it up, especially if you're going to have caramel babies, and ooh, you're stuck for life, because those are the best looking babies. But, I'm totally fine with it. I don't see an issue with it. A lot of the times, my husband is mixed. People think he's Mexican, and he doesn't like that. But it's not, for me. It's not about how you look. It's about who you are as a person. If you're a good person, whether you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, Spanish, that shouldn't matter. And I think a lot of the times, some people judge a relationship based off of what you look like together. You could be, the woman could be taller and the man could be shorter. It's not about outward appearance. And people really need to take the time to maybe understand that a little bit better, because I know a lot of people don't, they just see, okay, there's a black man with a white woman, like, what is she doing,
Well, it's very funny that you said. Now, to our listeners, I just want to let you guys know that, yes, I am a African-American male. I do go by black, but, I did grow up in the suburbs. I grew up in Worthington. And Fiona here, she is from the rival suburb of Dublin. So, we, our parents are very well-to-do. So, our mindset may be a little different. I can understand that, how you said, it's a generational thing. I'll say that is correct. I'm not saying everyone that is elderly has issues with that. A good friend of mine, she happens to be white. Her parents are in their 60s. Her boyfriend is black. They don't have an issue at all. Whereas, I've been in a situation where, a girl that I was dating happened to be white, but, her parents were, I would say, probably late 40s, early 50s, and they had a big issue with it. So, it can kind of go both ways. And I would even say, even when it comes to economics, that can also play a big part of it. I never saw an issue with, especially where we're from, Worthington and Dublin. I do see a lot of white girls with black guys. The white girl's family, they usually typically are well-to-do or have some type of money.
Yeah.
Same thing with the black guy's family. So, there's really no issue there. But I don't know. Maybe it's, if you're from a lower income, not saying that is the case, or a higher income. I guess it kind of just depends on the individual and their family.
I think it's all about the way you're raised. I think that's what it is. Because, a lot of the time, I don't know, some people are more, it's just how you're raised and who you are as a person. I know there are some people that are raised and they're just more accepting of other cultures, and just from taking college classes, just to learn about other people's culture. And I think it's all about, a lot of our issue is fear of the unknown. We're afraid of what we don't understand, which is why a lot of the times I think that, you know, when you see an interracial couple, people like get scared because they don't understand.
They don't know.
It's all about, and my big thing is, even in America, it's all about fear of the unknown. People are afraid of, you know, seeing different looking people together. I mean, and that plays a big part of it, and a lot of it I think is just who you are as a person.
Well, you made a good point even with saying with the looks. You know, there's been plenty of times where, you know, me and you will go to the mall, or, you know, we'll go out for a movie or go out to eat, and people look at it as, one, are they dating, and two, you know, it's a white girl with a black guy. But I think it's very funny because I've had situations where I feel like, being a young black man, I can date whoever I want to date. That's how I feel. I don't look at color. If we vibe, you know, emotionally, or, you know, if I can just have a conversation with you, I don't look at your race. I don't think that should play a part. But I just think it's very funny sometimes where, you know, if we go out in public, you know, we know that we're friends.
Right.
Or, you know, you're my other friend, she happens to be white. We know that we're friends. But I feel like I have to give this disclaimer because I have to say, you know, especially if a black girl sees me, not all black girls obviously, but if a black girl sees me with a white girl, they automatically assume, oh, well, you know, he's with her because he probably thinks that she's better than a black woman. FYI, I've been with more black women than I have been with white women. It's just, you know, they see that. It's very funny. I started this job almost about a year ago, and at the time, I was dating a white girl. Now, before that, I was dating a black girl. But, you know, I went through the new hire training and everything, and the black women had an issue with me dating a white girl. And they heard me talk like, oh, well, you talk white. I still don't understand what that term means. I just think I'm educated, so I talk like someone that's educated.
Right.
And they automatically assume, because of where I was from, the way I talk, and I just so happened at that time to have a white girlfriend, oh, well, he only likes white girls. But I had to correct them and state, I love black women. I love women in general. It just so happens at the time, the person I was vibing with just so happened to be white.
Right.
And I also had to check them too, because they were all ratchet. So I had to show them some pictures like, the black girls I was with look 10 times better than you anyway. Okay, so let's clear that up. So it's just still, I feel like there's still the stigma where I'm a black male. I feel I have to say, oh, I love black women to equate for me dating one white girl. Basically, the odds is 4 to 2. I've been with 4 black women and only 2 white girls.
Right.
So the odds are still in their favor, but, you know, they I don't know. I'm not saying all black women are like that, but just the ones I end up running into, usually ratchet from the hood. Not saying all of you are like that, but, you know, there's a large handful of black women that still, I feel, are threatened by white women.
And there's a lot of trashy white women out there. Let me just tell you, not all white women are trashy, but, you know, and I know just from my job, and it's not like interracial like dating necessarily, but it's friendships too. I know I have a lot of friends that are from, you know, kind of southern Ohio, like northern Ohio, and not, you know, it's all farm country, so they're not, you know, it's like for me to come in and say, oh, hey, yeah, my husband is mixed, you know, they're like, mixed with what? And I'm like, well, his dad was black, his mom's white, you know. It's just kind of, it's like a shock to them. And it's not just the people I work with, it's the people I talk to, and it's like, it's a shock to them, like, oh, you married him? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, my husband is a Marine, and living in a Marine town, there were so many interracial couples, and it was not, I wouldn't say it didn't justify it, but it was really satisfying to see that, you know, it does happen, and it's becoming more acceptable. One of my husband's buddies, he's white, his wife is Spanish, well, she's Latino, and, you know, it's cool to see that, because it is becoming more acceptable, and it is becoming, I wouldn't say a trend, but it's becoming more frequent. And honestly, I think people should at least try outside of whatever race they are. Just try someone new, because you never know. And
exactly.
Like you said, it's all about vibing. It's how you interact with people. It's, you know, your personality, and that's, I mean, personally, that's my opinion, you know.
Well, I know with me growing up, you know, I'm originally from Los Angeles. Culver City represent, okay? I'm originally from Los Angeles. So, you know, growing up, especially in LA, the city's so diverse. You know, there's white people. Most of my friends were Mexican growing up, you know, until, you know, I moved to Columbus. But the thing is, maybe just me, I'm not speaking for everyone, obviously, but for me personally, the things I've experienced, you know the girl I was dating where we were living together, and she happened to be white, and all of her previous boyfriends before me were black. She was just into black men. Now her sister, on the other hand, who's a year older than her, all of her boyfriends and now her husband is white. So when we would go out, we would go out with her sister and her sister's husband, and they end up, basically they were all white. So I'm used to being the token Negro, as we usually say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to being the only black person in a situation like that. Now, granted, I have a whole bunch of black friends, have a whole bunch of Mexican friends. I have friends of all races and religions. I don't judge, okay? But it's funny the way that some of the white guys would think. Now, again, I'm not saying all white guys. It just so happened in these group of guys, money always came up as an issue. Now, the thing that threw them off about me is I'm a young black male. I can speak very well for young black males. So their stigma that they thought of black men, when they saw me, they already came in with an assumption thinking, oh, well, he's going to act this way. I have a mohawk. Come on now. Or a faux hawk. Whatever you think, and I'm coming in with a chain and everything. But then when they heard me talk, they're like, oh, it threw them off. And then when they realized, I do make more money than them, that really threw them off. They didn't know how to deal with me. They didn't know how to react because they had never been around a black male that was established. They're going off of BET or MTV or what they see in mainstream. The whole Baltimore riots go off. That's what they think of black males.
Right.
Someone that's going to go off, has a bad temper. But no, I'm calm, collective. I can articulate what I want to say. They weren't accustomed to that. They had never been. Not knocking them because they're white and they just happen to be all around white people. But this is me personally, okay? I can't be around all niggas all day. I can't be around white people all day. Not just one race of people or one religion of people all day. I can't. That's not how I am.
Right.
I can't do that. So I felt I did a just service for them because they had never been around a black male like that before. So it kind of changed their ideas. They were still kind of hesitant to talk because, if there's no other race there, you can just let whatever jokes you want to say, just go out.
Yeah.
And you can say whatever you want to, but, I feel in that situation, now granted, obviously me and her are no longer together, but I still feel like I may have changed their mindset.
Right. And that's the whole point, is getting people to understand the unknown, getting people to see that what you look like does not mean you can lump someone in that category. Like, not to hate on any rappers or anything, but a lot of these, young male rappers,
You can go ahead and hate on them.
They have this persona of, oh, I'm a thug, I have all these tattoos, I'm a badass, blah, blah, blah. Young black males like this bad rap, I think. Yeah. To be honest, because not all young black men are like that. Not all, not all young white men are, they wear, the
douchebag
boat
attire.
shoes and the J. Crew and the, you can't hit me, my dad's a lawyer kind of look, You shouldn't discriminate against couples or someone based on what they look, what they look like.
Well, when it comes to rap, let me just say this. I don't listen to rap, I listen to certain artists. Because if you listen to how rap music is now, I can't do it. So I listen to certain artists, okay? I don't even listen to the radio. I refuse to.